Norfolk, Virginia is a city of nearly 250,000 residents that sits largely at sea level and faces increasingly frequent sunny day flooding as sea levels rise. It's also home to a significant port and military economy and is expected to see some of the fastest sea level rise on the East Coast.
I am Paula Shea. I am the Assistant Director of Planning for the City of Norfolk, Virginia. Norfolk, Virginia, which is a coastal city in the southeastern section of the state of Virginia. We are bordered on three sides by water, and we are bisected, trisected throughout our whole city by water. This is part of our history. We were founded as a port city, so the port is one of our major industries. But the other major industry is military. We are heavily dependent on the military. We are a military community. We have nearly 250,000 residents in Norfolk, and that is basically the population that we plan for. So not only do we have the challenge of sea level rise, but we actually our land is subsiding. We are sinking. When I started in the city of Norfolk, the big emphasis was on neighborhoods, neighborhood planning, working with neighborhoods. In the last 30 years, the issues that have really rose in prominence and importance are resilience. I mean, we are seeing water where we shouldn't be seeing water. 30 years ago, where streets used to be dry, now it can be sunny out and those streets will be flooded on certain days of the month. So that is the number one change. The number two issue, and it's not really a number two issue, it should be an equal number one, is the issue of equity. You know, every city has a history of what we've done and what we haven't done and who we've done it to, and we really need to reconcile how we address all our population.
Working with Coastal Resilience Center researchers, representatives from Norfolk say they strengthen their skills to spatially evaluate action policies in plans at the neighborhood scale, and to be unbiased and impartial in the evaluation, and to identify weaknesses, gaps, and conflicts among plans.
One of the big things we learned through the scorecard process, that planning is taking place throughout the organization, not just in the planning department. And there were lots of policy decisions being made outside of planning that we were not capturing in our comprehensive plan. Things like our Office of Resilience, which, you know, was relatively new, and even our emergency management with their hazard mitigation plan, we weren't fully taking into account when we were making recommendations. Immediately what we found was when you go from a citywide level with policies and you begin looking at them at how the impact on the neighborhood level, sometimes you can have unintended consequences. We really, truly want to make sure that all the policies are reflected in the comprehensive plan because decisions are made based on it.
After completing the process, City Council approved 27 separate policy amendments, including amending the comprehensive plan to include hazard mitigation elements and incorporating major elements of the citywide resilience strategy in the Vision 2100.
We did a series of amendments to the comprehensive plan to fully incorporate the hazard mitigation plan and the resilience plan into it. Even on sunny days, certain roadways are flooded and it cuts off access to the naval base. It's a regional effort working with the military installations, trying to better guarantee access to our naval bases and our other military installations. And so that is a key component that we look at now with land use and planning our infrastructure and improvements.
Results revealed legacies of unjust mitigation policy attention in 2 African-American neighborhoods. Funds are used to invest in resilience projects in these neighborhoods.
30 years ago, our neighborhood streets didn't flood, and now we can flood when the sun is out, if the wind's blowing a certain direction and the tide is high. Fortunately, now we know the resilience plan and the hazard mitigation plan are part of our community, and we are making them part of the comprehensive planning effort up front going forward.